In this video, we will explain project team culture. Before that, I also want to make a comment. When project teams from across different organizations based on a contract, strategic partnership, or other business relationship, specific roles that perform various functions may be more formalized and less flexible depending on the contract or other terms. Such arrangements often require more upfront work to establish a one team mindset, ensure project team members understand how everyone contributes to the project, and establish other enablers that integrate skills, capabilities, and processes. Let's talk about the topic of project team culture now. I will let you make the introduction.
Each project team develops its own team culture. The project team's culture may be established deliberately by developing project team norms or informally through the behaviors and actions of its project team members. The project team culture operates within the organization's culture, but reflects the project team's individual ways of working and interacting. Human beings have a set of biases, some of them unconscious and some of them conscious. For example, one person may feel that unless a schedule is displayed using a software-generated Gantt chart, that it is not a true or valid schedule. Another person may have a contrasting bias that detailed planning any further out than 30 days is a waste of time. Being open and transparent about biases upfront establishes a culture of openness and trust that can enable consensus and collaboration.
The project manager is key in establishing and maintaining a safe, respectful, non-judgmental environment that allows the project team to communicate openly. One way to accomplish this is by modeling desired behaviors. What are they?
The important ones are transparency, integrity, respect, positive discourse, support, courage, celebrating success.
Can you explain them in detail? For example, the first one is transparency.
Sure. Being transparent in how one thinks, makes choices, and processes information helps others identify and share their own processes. This can extend to being transparent about biases as well.
Another one is integrity.
Integrity is comprised of ethical behavior and honesty. Individuals demonstrate honesty by surfacing risks, communicating their assumptions and basis of estimates, delivering bad news early, ensuring status reports provide an accurate depiction of the project's status, and in many other ways. Ethical behavior can include surfacing potential defects or negative effects in product design, disclosing potential conflicts of interest, ensuring fairness, and making decisions based on environmental, stakeholder, and financial impacts.
How about respect?
Demonstrating respect for each person, how the person thinks, the person's skills, and the perspective and expertise the person brings to the project team sets the stage for all project team members to adopt this behavior.
You also mentioned positive discourse.
Positive discourse. Throughout the project, diverse opinions, different ways of approaching situations, and misunderstandings will occur. These are a normal part of conducting projects. They present an opportunity to have a dialogue rather than a debate. A dialogue entails working with others to resolve diverging opinions. The goal is to arrive at a resolution that all parties can embrace. A debate, on the other hand, is a win-loss scenario where people are more interested in winning personally than they are in being open to alternative solutions to a problem.
Can you explain the item support to us?
Projects can be challenging from the perspectives of technical challenges, environmental influences, and interpersonal interactions. Supporting project team members through problem solving and removing impediments builds a supportive culture and leads to a trusting and collaborative environment. Support can also be demonstrated by providing encouragement, showing empathy, and engaging in active listening.
Why is the item courage important?
Courage is important. Recommending a new approach to a problem or a way of working can be intimidating. Likewise, it can be challenging to disagree with a subject matter expert or someone with greater authority. However, demonstrating the courage that it takes to make a suggestion, disagree, or try something new enables a culture of experimentation and communicates to others that it is safe to be courageous and try new approaches.
The last item you mentioned was celebrating success.
Yes, focusing on project goals, challenges, and issues often sidelines the fact that individual project team members and the project team as a whole are steadily progressing toward these goals. Because work takes priority, project team members may differ, recognizing demonstrations of innovation, adaptation, service to others, and learning. However, recognizing such contributions in real time can keep the project team and individuals motivated.
When you explained these topics, I remembered Scrum. For example, the first item you explained was transparency. It is one of the pillars of Scrum. As the Scrum experts know, the three pillars of Scrum are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. From the Scrum point of view, what can you say about transparency?
The Scrum Guide says the emergent process and work must be visible to those performing the work as well as those receiving the work. With Scrum, important decisions are based on the perceived state of its three formal artifacts. They are the product backlog, the sprint backlog, and the increment. Artifacts that have low transparency can lead to decisions that diminish value and increase risk. Transparency enables inspection. Inspection without transparency is misleading and wasteful.
Can you explain the second pillar to us, which is inspection?
Again, I will take the Scrum Guide as a reference. The Scrum artifacts and the progress toward agreed goals must be inspected frequently and diligently to detect potentially undesirable variances or problems. To help with inspection, Scrum provides cadence in the form of its 5 events. The events are sprint, sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. Inspection enables adaptation. Inspection without adaptation is considered pointless. Scrum events are designed to provoke change.
You said inspection enables adaptation. Inspection without adaptation is considered pointless. Can you explain adaptation to us?
The Scrum Guide gives good information about adaptation too. If any aspects of a process deviate outside acceptable limits, or if the resulting product is unacceptable, the process being applied or the materials being produced must be adjusted. The adjustment must be made as soon as possible to minimize further deviation. Adaptation becomes more difficult when the people involved are not empowered or self-managing. A Scrum team is expected to adapt the moment it learns anything new through inspection.
So, we see the importance of a self-managing team here.
Yes, actually, the Scrum Master serves the Scrum team in several ways, which includes coaching the team members in self-management and cross-functionality.
Among the items you explained, respect and courage are important values of Scrum. Actually, Scrum has 5 important values: commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. Let's go over them. The first one is commitment.
The Scrum team commits to achieving its goals and to supporting each other. This will make the team more productive. Also, it increases the team morale.
The second item is focus.
Their primary focus is on the work of the sprint to make the best possible progress toward these goals. A focused team becomes more effective. The Scrum Master is accountable for the Scrum team's effectiveness. The Scrum Master serves the Scrum team in several ways, which includes helping the Scrum team focus on creating high-value increments that meet the definition of done.
The next item is openness.
The Scrum team and its stakeholders are open about the work and the challenges. This is related to the pillar of transparency too. Being open about the work and the challenges help the team and the other stakeholders to generate solutions.
The fourth item is respect.
Scrum team members respect each other to be capable, independent people and are respected as such by the people with whom they work. All these make the respected people feel better, increasing their motivation and morale.
The last item is courage.
The Scrum team members have the courage to do the right thing, to work on tough problems. Demonstrating the courage that it takes to make a suggestion, disagree, or try something new enables a culture of experimentation.
You see the Scrum framework on the screen. In our courses, we explain this framework in detail, but in this video, we explained empiricism and values, which lead to trust. Empiricism means embracing transparency, inspection, and adaptation. The values are commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. Okay, now we come to a new topic. It is high performing project teams. One goal of effective leadership is to create a high-performing project team. What are the factors that contribute to high-performing project teams, Mr. Izgi?
There are 9 factors, and the first one is open communication. An environment that fosters open and safe communication allows for productive meetings, problem solving, brainstorming, and so forth. It is also the cornerstone for other factors such as shared understanding, trust, and collaboration. The second one is shared understanding. The purpose for the project and the benefits it will provide are held in common. The third one is shared ownership. The more ownership of the outcomes that project team members feel, the better they are likely to perform. The fourth one is trust. A project team in which its members trust each other is willing to go the extra distance to deliver success. People are less likely to do the extra work it may take to succeed if they do not trust their project team members, project manager, or the organization. The fifth one is collaboration. Project teams that collaborate and work with each other rather than work in silos or compete tend to generate more diverse ideas and end up with better outcomes. The sixth one is adaptability. Project teams that are able to adapt the way they work to the environment and the situation are more effective. The seventh one is resilience. When issues or failures occur, high-performing project teams recover quickly. The eighth one is empowerment. Project team members who feel empowered to make decisions about the way they work perform better than those who are micromanaged. The ninth one is, and the last one is recognition. Project teams who are recognized for the work they put in and the performance they achieve are more likely to continue to perform well. Even the simple act of showing appreciation reinforces positive team behavior.